I'm currently halfway into my challenge to have a pint in as many European capitals as I can in 72 hours. I've visited 7 European capitals, but have only managed to have a drink in 5 of them. Issues with trains in the Netherlands caused me to skip Amsterdam. A delayed flight due to snow caused me to abandon having a drink in Vienna. I've used every opportunity I can to sleep on trains, buses and planes, though 36 hours without proper sleep is starting to take a hit. After a long layover in Budapest, I'm boarding the bus to Zagreb, where I hope to catch some sleep on the 5-hour journey. I have arrived in the capital of Croatia, Zagreb. The coach, on the plus side, has arrived half an hour early, which is going to give me a chance to go look around the town, or the old town in particular, rather than just heading straight to the venue I wanted to go to. The negative side, the coach had been downgraded to a smaller size, so none of the seating reservations were honoured. So I didn't get my window seat that I wanted, so I didn't get as much sleep as I wanted, because obviously I'd lean on the window to fall asleep. A bit more difficult when you're sat next to someone at that stage. But yeah, I'm gonna head through to the old town and have a look around. This building, dropped in the middle of a roundabout, is the Croatian Association of Fine Arts. It looks a lovely round 1930s building. Yeah, very intriguing. I definitely think something like that could be dropped in a few roundabouts in the UK and they'd look much better. I do like in Europe that you never know if someone's going to stop for you on one of the zebra crossings or not. Different countries seem to obviously have it written down differently. Right, so just off from the building, we're walking up, and at the top here, we're walking towards, I'm going to guess it's a cathedral at this stage, but let's see and get closer. Yeah, so before we get to the cathedral, one thing that Zagreb seems quite, well, not famous for, but has a lot of, are bizarre museums, or quite unique museums. So I think it's worthwhile probably giving you a tour of those. I'm not going into them, just pointing them out. So if you're here, you can always check them out if you want. The first one's this one, the Museum of Hangovers. Now I wonder, what does that mean? Is it they have like a simulator in there that makes you feel like you've got a hangover? Or is it just a brewery and they just get you really drunk and you get a hangover? That's it, you buy a ticket, drink as much as you want until you get a hangover. Like the sound of that. Here we have the Mushroom Museum. I'm not sure if they've got all varieties of shrooms in there. And then we arrive at a strange one, the Museum of Broken Relationships. Strange one indeed. Although up in this area, there are actual proper museums as well. So like, I think the Croatian History Museum and the Natural History Museum, lots up here. Looks very nice up here. Climbing up high, we have a beautiful view over the city, including over the cathedral. Here we have a better look at that cathedral. So you have what looks like some neo-Gothic towers, and looks like they're doing some repair works on the lead roofs over there as well. Looks amazing. Yeah, beautiful. And we've come all the way back down again to what I assume is their main square. And you can just see the amount of things they have listed. Importantly, free Wi-Fi across the city. And I'll round this off with looking at potentially one of the most famous Croats of all time, Ban Jeliak. And I probably butchered that surname. And we have one final museum. I don't know how I could have missed this one out. It's the Cannabis Museum. And after that hour of wandering around the city and looking at some of the sites, it's time to do what I came here for. It's time for me to visit Beer Tartan and get a beer. usually. This one isn't brewed in Zagreb, but this is all that I had on tap that was, I would consider, from the country. But I believe that they do have something in the fridge in bottle or can, which I will go on to next, because I've got to have something as local as possible at that stage. I'm looking up at the TV at the same time as doing this. Not very professional, am I? So yeah, just finished at the beer teacher, but obviously the sign's lit up so you can't see what it says. Absolute nonsense. I'll probably go for a sign that isn't lit up, just in the background. There we go. The rule of trying to have a pint local in each place, that went out the window. So I had 4 beers there, a small one on draft, and then 2 500ml can bottles, and then a small can. Yeah, so that's all by the wayside. But I've got about 15 minutes until my bus. Now, I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Ljubljana is my next stop. It's only an hour and a half on the coach, but I've just got an email saying there's no toilet, so I definitely need to make sure, especially after the liquid I've just consumed, that I empty my bladder at the bus station before I go. The total bill for the craft beers that I had, in the sense they're all local craft breweries from the country, came to just under €13. That is like, my mind was blowing. I actually said to Claire, sorry, if you charge me right, because I thought that doesn't seem right. I was expecting maybe that to be 2 or 2.5 beers, but especially as it was cans were rest. But yeah, obviously places are cheaper, but I mean Budapest wasn't that cheap, I don't think. I think Budapest was, I paid that nearly for 2 beers. So yeah, just mind blowing. The only downside I would say about the venue is smoking is permitted. I now reek of cigarette smoke because it was underground slightly and there was no ventilation, so I stink of cigarette smoke. So I am gonna have to spray the shit out of myself. Yeah, so 10-minute walk and then a bit of waiting at the bus station. I believe the bus stops there. But the funny thing is that bus is going all the way to Rome. I'm not going to Rome, I'm getting off at said Ljubljana, so I can do an hour and a half hopefully without the toilet. All those people going Rome without a toilet, bloody hell, I feel sorry for them, I really do. For the next stop, Ljubljana, I've only got about 2 hours there, so 2 hours to, well, thankfully coach stations are always in the centre of the city, so I've got 2 hours to get from there to a pub and back again. There's 2 pubs I've got on the radar, but one of them may be a bit of a risk because of the time they stop serving. Could mean that I'm too late, because I don't know what last orders are like in those places. It could be, you know, they stop serving, that's it, or it could be the time they've listed as the last orders time. Right, I'm just going to jump across here at this stage. But yeah, I've overdone it on the limit of what I said I would do. Obviously I had four there. They weren't high ABV, thankfully. I steered away from anything that was higher, so they were sub 6. I think 5.5 was the highest there, and that was this porter. But yeah, making up for lost time, I guess, with the beers that I've lost elsewhere. Right, coach station, next stop. literally just filmed us the border crossing. I wasn't expecting it, but we've been pulled over by the police to show our documents. So just go get my ID. So it seems even though Croatia are now part of the Schengen zone and the Euro, they're still having checks done on them going into the other parts of the EU. Probably random. Obviously checking to see if their border control is up to the standards expected. I assume they would have passed all that, because I got my passport checked going from Hungary to Croatia, and I've had it checked coming out from Croatia. But yeah, I was recording us going through the border checkpoints, and I seen like blue and red on the top of the coach ceiling there. I was like, what's going on there? And then they dived into petrol station and said, document check. Oh well. Now they've turned it into an extended break, so we'll be here for 10 minutes. This will be the only break, I'm guessing, and from here till, well, where I'm going. I was about to say, I remember how to say it, Ljubljana. I'm probably saying it wrong. I've made it here to Ljubljana. Yes, I was pronouncing it wrong. Originally, it's Ljubljana. And the pub I want to go to, it's only open till midnight. My coach is at 1 a.m. So I don't know if like midnight is kicking out time or last orders time. We'll find out. But yeah, it's literally just around the corner. I'm trying to block that really bright light behind me. Yeah, it's literally just around the corner. Although this is the train station, it feels like it's just a wasted piece of land, like wasteland on the side here. There are the big hotel chains there, big buildings, Grand Plaza, Intercontinental, and there is a car coming. No, it's stuck on the barrier. It's trying to get out. Yeah, so let's just get to this pub, get the pint, use their facilities of course as well, and then get back to the bus station area and see if I can freshen up or something. No strategy. Honestly, this is a really chill brew pub. It's not busy, like jazzy music playing, but yeah, I like it. It's my sort of environment, none of that karaoke stuff. It's just easy going, people here for the beer. Not many here for a Saturday night, admittedly, but it is nearing midnight, and the lady's just tidying up, closing down at the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna try one more of theirs. So I've had a 0.3. I'm going to get another 0.3, which brings me up to the pint limit, and then I'll use the facilities and head back to the station. Just had a tour of the brewery here. So canning machine or bottling machine behind me. Don't have a canning machine. This is their small batch. So these are 80 litres. These are 100 litres for experimental brews. Pride and joy right there. Barrel aging. So the top one is a actual red wine from here. Not from here, from the state in a sense. And they have put a sort of Russian imperial in there. Sounds amazing. Obviously the kitchen where they do all the work, and then these are all their fermenters. Amazing. Wow. Well, I loved it. The lady there behind the bar, so interesting, was telling me so much information, gave me the tour, was talking about some of the beers. There's like even a beer festival coming up here with breweries from around the world. I wish I could attend. I wish I could attend. But yeah, that was amazing. I loved it. The beer was good. And then just having a look around the brewery, always better. Right, I am now having to just walk the 10 minutes or less back to the actual bus station. So you can see like there's the train line there. So that's the train line, and then all around this is like a train yard. That's why I feel like it feels weird, because this is industrial where the brewery is. That makes sense. Then they've done up this side entirely with obviously new builds. It looks really, really nice, the city, just from the little bit that I've seen. Honestly, I've seen the tiniest bit, but that looks really nicely done up. There's a bit of historic stuff as well, very modern. You can see it's very wide as well, the roads. This is just the train depot area. Feels like, what the hell's going on there, mate? The coach drops you off, you're like, what's this massive graffitied area with all the hoardings? What's going on? Oh, I don't think I've said, where's my coach going? That's one thing I don't think I've said. So my coach leaves at 1 a.m. and it's going to drop me off in Venice at 5 a.m. At Venice, I will then get a train, I hope, to catch the train, to take me to Rome, and I should be arriving at Rome about 9 a.m. in the morning. That's the hope, that's the aim. I have treated myself on this Rome train. I've booked business class. I'm thinking just so I can bloody get changed, because I don't think I'm going to get changed here. I need to get freshened up, so the business class bathroom, I'm hoping, will allow me to get changed and freshened up. But yeah, Rome, 9 a.m. tomorrow. I have a place in mind that I want to go to. It is open at that time. That's always one of the issues, trying to find a place that's opened either that early or that late. I found a place that's open that early, and they do sell local craft beer as well. They also sell some other craft beers from around Italy, but I'm wanting to try and get things as local as possible as I can. So looking forward to it, and hopefully this is a 4-hour coach journey. I can sleep for a bit, and then I've got a train journey that's just over 3 hours. I can sleep on that as well. So I'm hoping I won't be as lagging as I was today. But that is the end of day 2. 48 hours done. Last 24-hour burst. Let's see how many cities, capital cities, and beers I can get through.